our orientation. I see some familiar faces, so good to see everybody again. We are pretty much going to start back up from that meeting, filling in some gaps, specifically about membership dues. We said that we would have a way to collect those funds by this first meeting. So I'm going to walk you guys through how to pay your membership dues. And we'll talk about some activities. We'll brainstorm some activities that we may be able to do that, fit people's schedules, like some individual ones, some that are more like group oriented. So that we can start accumulating our points. And so I'll be excited to hear, whatever you guys think of that, or if you have ideas too as to how you can start accumulating your points. We're totally open to that. And then we'll just finish off with maybe some potential dates for a December meeting. So to get started, I just want to start to get to know people. So I thought that maybe we could do a red robin where I'll just ask you a question. You'll pick a number, 1 through 10, and then I'm going to ask you a question, and you'll just mute yourself, answer for the group, and we'll move through it like that. So how about we start with the person with the shortest hair, which I think would be Richard, but I don't actually think that he can come on right now. I think he's just here to record the meeting, but I don't think he can actually start his audio. So would that make Sorrel, would that make you first?
I guess so.
Okay, so I want you to pick a number, 1 through 10.
Oh, a number, 1 through 10. Okay, 2.
Number 2. Okay.
Yeah.
If you could have 3 wishes granted, what would they be?
Oh, that's hard. One wish, I would definitely say seeing better days to come within this pandemic and everything that's happening. I just hope we see better days to come. 2 would be definitely good health, happiness, positivity. 3, I would say just to get through this time of university virtually safely and well. Yeah.
Oh, I love them. They're kind of like selfless wishes, just for the betterment of humanity.
Honestly, we need that.
Yeah, I agree. Marlena, I can't tell how short your hair is because it's up in a bun.
Mine's
Do you think it's longer than mine?
Mine's lower back, so I swear it's very long. It's just rolled up.
Lower back? Okay, so then I think that makes me go next. Sorrel, do you want to pick a number for me?
Let's go with 6.
Okay, I deleted that question.
Ooh, okay.
So we can't pick 6.
Let's go with 8.
I deleted that one too. Those are the only questions. Yeah, because they were there were questions like, if you could change something about yourself, what would they be? And I thought they were negative questions.
Okay. Let's go with an odd number, 7.
Okay. If I could buy a car right now, what would I buy? So I have an Accord. I would buy myself a little SUV, just because I've been doing a lot of hiking lately. Because all we can do is just be outside. So if I had a little SUV, I would go do camping and dispersed stuff out in nature. So
I could see that.
I wish.
I see. I have a compact SUV and I recommend it. I really do.
I'm so jealous.
It's small but big at the same time. So you can park it anywhere you like.
Yeah. And you can sleep out of it.
Yeah, I mean the seats go all the way back, so it could be a whole camping situation.
Okay, you want to swap cars?
Sure, if you want to.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Who else? Well, people's cameras aren't on, so I can't tell about their hair. Do you want to go next, Marlena?
Yeah, I'll go next. I'll do 4.
Okay. If you were an Olympic athlete, what sport would you compete in?
Like a dream or like what I could do currently?
What was that?
Dream sport or like what I could do currently?
Wait, so you're asking?
Yeah, like I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. It probably doesn't matter if there's clarity or not. I would think of something I could like try to do now is probably like a curling or something.
Oh, really? That's the one with like the heavy thing, right? Like,
You like you like sweep and then it's on ice and it slides down and you
oh,
sweep
okay.
to like help it. I don't know how to describe it.
No, I know which one you're talking about. It takes a
Okay.
lot of precision, like
Mhm.
intense precision to get it just right.
Yeah, I don't think I would win, but I don't think I'm up to doing track right now or anything like that. So,
One's all hypothetical, right?
oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It takes
Yeah.
some deep thought, but for now,
All right, cool. All right, anybody else who doesn't have their cameras on, do you guys want to participate in the round robin?
I'll go next.
All right, cool. Pick a number, Stephanie.
1.
Okay, if you could choose your age forever, what age would you choose and why?
Probably 21 because that was my most memorable year.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that. Sweet and simple. Cool. Thanks for sharing. Um, Anybody else?
I can go next.
Can you
I'll
tell
pick
who that
3.
is?
It's Jean. Sorry, my video isn't working for some reason.
Oh, no worries.
But
All
yeah,
right.
I'll do number 3.
Number 3. Okay, if you could have an endless supply of food, what would you get?
Oh my god. I'd probably do sushi. I love Japanese cuisine, so I mean the raw fish probably wouldn't be good for like a lifetime supply, but I would definitely pick sushi without like any hesitation.
That's funny. I don't know, maybe you could freeze it or something?
Maybe.
That's funny. All right, cool. Hi, Kimberly.
Hello.
Hey, we're playing a round robin just to get to know each other. And we're picking numbers and then I'm asking just really random hypothetical questions.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so they've already picked 1 through 4. So 5, 9, and 10 are left.
Ooh, 5 is definitely my lucky number.
Okay. So if you could be in a movie of your choice, what movie would you choose and what character would you play?
All right, thank you. I'm thinking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's gonna give me a time.
Oh, okay. Cool. I think we got through mostly everybody.
I could go next too.
All right, cool. So you're down. All right.
Yeah. Number 10. The last question, I guess.
Okay. So if you could eat your favorite food right now, what would it be?
Tacos.
Ooh.
Yeah, my favorite food is tacos, specifically carne asada.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna leave this hungry. Oh, okay. Nice. All right. So, okay, now I think everybody's gone, right? Cool. Well, thanks for sharing, everybody. For sharing a little bit about yourselves. I know it's harder to like participate and whatnot in this virtual environment, but we're gonna try and like make do the best we can. So now with official things on our agenda, I want to follow up from our last meeting. We had mentioned that we were still looking into a way to collect our members' dues. So today I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. So if you just give me a second, I'll be sharing my screen. And I'm gonna just walk you guys through this right now, and then I'll also be emailing a PDF of this just in case you need to do it later or something like that. All right. So I'm going to drop the exact link in the chat box. All right. And then I'm going to pull that up. Oh, if Richard would let me share my screen. May or may not be possible.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I had just clicked on it and it says an error. Is that what should happen?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got the same message.
Okay, let me see.
All right, I think I got it.
Yeah, oh, let's try it again. Okay, okay, cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the link that I just dropped in there. So this is the exact link that I just dropped in there, which it takes you to this page. So we're going to be using CashNet, which is through the AS Associated Students at CSUN. And that link should have taken you to this page. And if not, I can just walk you through it from the beginning. You guys still see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this PDF I'm going to be sending to you via email after we're done here. But if you probably like Google search like accounting financial services at CSUN or something like that, it should take you to this page. Once you're here, you'll go to departments and then accounting services. And then here is the CashNet. Pay your membership dues and fees for your club or org online. So you click on that, and then that's the original link that I had dropped in the chat box. So here is where you'll have two options for the amount. Like I mentioned during the orientation, so the membership dues for ESG are $20. If that's what you can afford at this time, that's perfectly fine. You would just do the 20 here. For the club and organization, you'll put ESG, and then the code is a capital A08183. And again, I'm going to provide all of that to you in a follow-up email. And then for the contact name, you just put your first and last name. And then the contact email is going to be your CSUN Gmail account. Once you add this to your basket, you'll check out and then you'll receive a receipt of this transaction that you can keep for your records. Now, the $20, like I mentioned, is that covers your membership to ESG. Now, Richard is graciously having, he's having custom masks made for us. They're going to be black, and they're going to have the ESG logo like right on the side of the mask. And for that, we ask for $10. So if you would like to do your ESG membership, and then you also want to have like school spirit, and you want to add on the mask here in this amount, you would put in $30. And again, you check out, and then you'll get a receipt of this on your end, and we'll see it on our end, and we'll know to put you down for your membership and a mask. So that's, the mask is totally optional, but I'm gonna get one, and it's just something fun if you guys want to participate in that. Do you guys have any questions about this part?
I do.
What's up, Marlena?
Just to clarify, is the
Better, because we are going to be putting in that order fairly soon for the masks. So it would be nice to have like a head count. But, you know, we understand that people are going through things, financial stuff, you know. If you're going to need a little bit more time or something like that, maybe shoot us an email and let us know. But in the next week or so would really be ideal.
I have one more question.
Yeah, what's up?
So for the mask, will we have to be local, or will it be mailed? How would that work if I don't like live locally?
Great question. Yeah, we're gonna mail it all out. So you won't have to come to campus to pick them up or anything like that. We're gonna minimize contact. So we'll just be sticking them in the mail. So right, like if we see on our end that you paid the full $30, we would contact you for, you know, your current address that you want it mailed to.
Okay.
Yeah, great question. Yeah. Anything else, guys? If you missed anything, I'll be sending these links and that PDF right after we're done with this meeting. Okay, so let's move on to potential activities, right? Like I mentioned at the orientation, we're going to be asking for the 4 points to become a national ESG member. And one thing that we want to carry over from previous years is, so we used to create these bulletin boards that were in our building. And people would typically like take something they're already working on, like for a project in class or something like that. And it fit in with the theme for the month or something like that. People would pretty much take that and they would put it onto like our ESG formatted bulletin board. It would go up, and then you would get a point in whatever area you were needing that in. So right now, obviously we can't do that on campus, but we're wanting to transition that over to like social media. And Sorel came up with this great idea to like create content that is like relevant for the month or whatnot. Or if you're, like I said, like if you're already working on something, and you can take it and like just create some kind of a bulletin flyer where you're using it to like educate the public. We can post that up on our ESG accounts, which by the way, hopefully you're all like following us on there, because Sorel does an amazing job like letting people know what's going on with our meetings and whatnot on there. Is there anything you want to add, Sorel, about that? Like how that, like the details of how that would work?
Of course. Whenever you guys want to post a flyer, any health information you guys want to, I recommend either, if you want, put it on your story. It'll last about 24 hours and then you can go away. Tag ESG, and you can also use hashtags. We usually put up hashtag CSUN, public health students, public health in general, health education, try to get people more aware and get involved in these activities. Also, if you want, feel free to post it on your wall. I mean, it'll stay there forever, but you know, usually people like doing the 1 day, 24 hours. but just remember to tag us so we can see what you've posted, and we want to share it on our wall as well. We want to put a whole section of what our students are doing so people could be aware of the activities. So hopefully you guys will like doing it, something new in this virtual environment.
Yeah, it's really important too. Like if you're gonna do that, maybe like touch base with Sorrel to say like, this is gonna go up on a certain day or whatever. Tag us so that she's aware and so that we're keeping track of like your points too. If you do that, I would recommend, especially if you do like the 24-hour kind of thing, I would recommend like screenshotting that and keeping a record of it, and then emailing that to Tiffany Chapman, the vice president of the organization, because her job is to keep track of the points and she assigns the points. So yeah, I would recommend like doing that just to like check all your bases kind of thing.
Also, feel free to DM on the ESG. I usually answer as much as possible all you guys' questions, so feel free to DM anytime you guys like.
Yeah, good call. Do you guys have any questions about that?
Yes.
What's up?
Okay, so I guess maybe later on there can be kind of clarity with themes and things that you prefer. Just any particular area that we'd want to provide a flyer for or information for?
Well, I think that if you put something up that like you're interested in, like you're genuinely interested in, that's the best way to do it. If you look at our current page, you can get some ideas of like what people have done in the past. I'm pulling it up right now.
I can jump on for a sec.
Screen. So you can see like just some things that we've done in the past. And then like specific themes that people have covered. There's been in ESG like a lot of emphasis on like human sexuality, like STI prevention. People have generally had a lot of interest in that in the past. So that's just one topic that comes to mind, and like mental health awareness and whatnot. So we're really flexible though. Like it's really up to you, if it's a topic that you're just interested in and that just works in your schedule, right? To just get that done and get it up there, that's totally fine with us. We just want you guys to participate and feel like you're doing something, so it's up to you.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Anything else on that? So if not, we'll just move on.
I also have a question regarding hours. I wasn't able to join the first meeting. So what's the total like semester hour requirement for ESG?
So for our new members, in terms of like hours, we meet once a month. And we usually have our meetings like this, which are like brainstorming. This is still kind of like an introductory thing, like what we can do this semester to start accumulating those points. And in that meeting, I talked about how we typically ask for 7 points in these areas of like teaching, research, service. Right now, because of the pandemic, we are going to ask that people fulfill these areas with only points. And then that is really how you choose to do that. Like the time that you commit to that is really up to you. Like I just mentioned, that opportunity with the flyer, that may be something that you're able to quickly do. Other kind of like other ways that people have gotten these points in the past has been like through fundraisers or attending conferences or like things that people are already working on, kind of a thing.
Okay.
So it'll just kind of depend on which way you go about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but we do just generally meet for the once a month for no longer than an hour. And then you kind of just do the points thing like as it works in your schedule.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay. So I want to like just talk about now. So we have the opportunity to do this work, like the poster thing, the bulletin thing. That's totally like an independent thing that you could do. But I also wanted to talk about some ideas to like maybe do projects that are more like team building and like require lots of different areas where like everybody kind of pitches in for maybe like a just like a bigger project that we work on. And one of the ideas that I had, and I totally want to hear what you guys think about this, any feedback you have. There's an event that I usually participate in every December, and it's called Feed the People. It's a totally student-led thing that I do with another CSUN student. And there's lots of like preparation that we put into it. And we usually start like about this time, and then we usually like execute it on Christmas Eve. And what we pretty much do is that we collect like a lot of goods like toiletries and food and socks and gloves and things like that for the homeless around campus. And we do a lot of promotion for it, and we collect things, and then we have to unpackage and package them up. And then on Christmas Eve, we hand them out. And I know that right now, because of the pandemic, that last part of actually handing things out would be completely 100% optional. Like you totally don't have to do that, but I do see a lot of opportunities to gain points. For instance, like if somebody created a flyer, promoting like the kind of things that we're collecting, like that would be a point right there. Posting it, reposting it, like marketing it on social media could be a point. Like figuring out how to set up an account on Amazon where people can like purchase things that they want to donate could be a point right there. Also, like just purchasing and donating things would be an opportunity to gain a point. And then again, like the totally optional parts with social distancing and everything like that in place of like coming together and like helping like put things into bags and package everything up and have it ready for Christmas Eve, which is the day that we go out and we hand things out. So it's kind of like a Good Samaritan kind of act. But I thought it was a good opportunity to like have something that like is like a tangible thing that we're all working towards. So yeah, like what do you guys think about that?
Yes. I'm not currently living in Northridge, so being like local will be tough for me, like your example. But I mean, now that we're kind of in distance times, I'm sure that with a lot of creative thought, we can figure out something, similar to that.
Huh? Okay, cool. I like that you started with a yes.
I agree with that. I know MPHS is doing something similar, but it's Adopt a Senior, and everybody's kind of having a hard time because we all live far from each other. So what Kim is doing is we just Venmo her, I think 10. We haven't really talked too much about it, but right now it's looking like we're all going to donate $10, and then she's going to go out to get the materials and then hand it over to the senior. So I thought
Oh,
that might
okay.
be the easiest.
Okay. Good input. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we might like as a group be able to like participate more in like the logistics of them, because I get it, right? Like people do live far away, but we could totally create a flyer and like donate things, and you could even like I guess like purchase something on Amazon and have it like sent or shipped, right? And then we could package those things, or I would be open to it because that's what I do on Christmas Eve. But good to know. Has anybody else like done something similar like this before?
Yeah, I'm part of HISO also, and they kind of did like the pads and tampons drive for the food pantry at CSUN. So what they did was set up an Amazon wish list, and anyone can access it, and then people just do their own like checkout, and then they send it to a specific address, and everything gets shipped to that address. So like everything is going to one place. Yeah, I think that's. But I don't know how to like set it up. I can figure out how they did it. I can talk to one of the officers. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a really good idea.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, please ask them how they did that and then get back to me because that seems like such a convenient way to do it. So you're saying it's a wish list.
Directly on Amazon.
I'm assuming we create like a ESG account or something like that with Amazon, and then people can log into it or something, that wish list.
We actually send out like a specific link that takes them to the wish list, and then they can add to cart, like put the add to cart items on the wish list. They don't need to make like an account specifically from ESG. They can use their own account and just access the wish list. Like, I don't know if I'm explaining it right.
Yeah, okay, cool. So so what I'm hearing is like you guys like the idea. Like you would be on board. Is that what I'm hearing, a consensus?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So would you be up for taking on that task of like looking into the Amazon wish list?
Yeah, definitely. I can do that.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna take notes. I'm gonna put your name down for that. Since you're the most familiar, or at least can you can get that info.
Yeah.
Cool. When do you think that you could like get us that info?
I can actually reach out to one of the officers today, and then maybe over the weekend I can send an email to you, or maybe DM the Instagram page. Do we have like a group me for the?
You know what? We do.
Oh, okay.
We have the group me from last semester. Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
Does it make sense though for me? Like, I guess we could do the old one, but the old one has probably people that have graduated, so we should probably start a new one. Right? Or I guess I can like bump people off of that old one.
Definitely. I wonder if people can exit if they want to.
Okay. Yeah, that's something I'll have to look into. Like once we hop off of this, I'll see about setting that up. But yeah, we used to use our group me fairly frequently actually.
Okay.
Because we might have some members that are still, maybe they're not here, but they're still in there. That might be a nice venue for them to kind of receive information. Also, Danny, you think it's okay if I just introduce myself?
Oh, yes, of course.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, there you are.
Yes, I'm here. I just, wanted to give you guys an opportunity to kind of get the meeting started. Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Amatu. I am a faculty member in our Department of Health Sciences. I know that some of you are within health sciences. In the past, I've been very active with both the graduate and undergraduate studies, but as of right now, I'm the graduate coordinator for community health education. So I've been more concentrated in teaching the graduate classes and doing more fun graduate things, if you want to put it that way. Lots of responsibility there. But the reason why I'm here, oh, you can't hear me. Can the rest of you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to speak up a little bit, but I am Richard, is this better? 1 second. Okay, well, I am the faculty advisor for Eta Sigma Gamma. Just to give you a little bit of historical context, Eta Sigma Gamma has been around for over 50 years. And I first got acclimated to Eta Sigma Gamma at Indiana University, where I was a doctoral student. And then I joined ESG. I was president for ESG. I even won the highest award a student can win through ESG. So definitely really felt that ESG is really important for building one's resume, building professionalism. And we have over 90 chapters throughout the United States. It's unfortunate with COVID and everything, but when students go to SOFI conferences, which stands for Society of Public Health Education Conference, it's a good way to kind of touch base and meet people who are also in other chapters as well. But I just wanted to just introduce myself and say hello. I know we're kicking things off a little bit later, but we're trying to just get acclimated to being online and figuring out how things work. And thank you, Danny, and also Angel, who's not on the call, but and Angel, they were just so helpful to kind of getting everything back up, because with everything being online, the policies are just over the top to get us re-recognized and figure out a way to collect funds. So I just wanted to say welcome. If you look on the chat box, I posted something about outstanding undergraduate major of the year. So Eta Sigma Gamma, like I said, is a national health education professional society. And if you become an active member of ESG, you could get to publish in there is a student peer-reviewed paper. So those of you who are interested in grad school or a doctoral program, that is something that you can do. You can publish in one of these, but you just have to be an active member yet. So this is your year. This particular year, you go through like this initiation process of getting the 4 points. or requirements are a lot less. Then after that, you'll have some of the benefits of ESG. And one of those benefits, if someone is already a member, like I know Serial is an undergraduate member, now if the whole entire ESG, if you guys vote on it, I could actually put in the application for her being outstanding undergraduate, major of the year, and they'll review the application. And if they accept it, then I believe you receive, I think it's about $550 for that. So like ESG has all of these scholarships and awards and grants that are available too for the active members. So I know what we're doing here at CSUN seems very, and I don't want to say small, I don't want to diminish it. I think we're doing a lot of really great work. And, this year we're going to try to do what we can considering the situation. But also there's this national dynamic too, which can build your professionalism in so many different ways. There's so many students I've gone on interviews and they see ESG and like, oh, I was in ESG, and then that's a connect, or that's a connection, or that's a way of social networking. So I just wanted to say hello and demonstrate that. But one more thing I just wanted to kind of show you real quick, if I could just share my screen with you, is, and I can send the links to these awards, but if somebody, once people become an active member, they are now qualified to apply to some of these awards. There are, in terms of the, wait, 1 second. Oh, okay. So some of the awards that people can apply to can be chapter awards, student scholarship awards, individual awards, grants and stuff. So all of that is available for you once you become an active member. Just keep that in mind, especially for some of you who might continue on next year. I don't know if you are interested in a leadership role in ESG, but those types of benefits will now be available for you. So I do commend you and want to say thank you for trying to give ESG a chance. I know that this year might be a little unconventional because we're all online, but I think that we can try to do the best we can. But with the philosophy of ESG, we really believe that regardless if we're face-to-face or not, we could definitely disseminate information, public health information, health education information. We can engage in teaching and research, and that's really the heart of what we do. So once you go through this initiation year, pretty much, if you are eligible to be initiated, then the ceremony usually happens in May. And that's where it's like a whole thing where we have a guest speaker. When we're face-to-face, we would have a cake. It would be a big thing. You could invite family, and that's where you would get your certificate, your pin, and so forth. So welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, or you can reach out to Danny and she can forward you my contact information. But I just wanted to say hi. Long hi, I know.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Yes, I love that you showed them what they have to look forward to. Right. So right now you guys are working towards that, but yeah, this is definitely about those doors that open up for you once you move into that. So thank you. And just going off of that, then, like Dr. Emmett mentioned, right, it's a little bit unconventional, the things that we have to do under these circumstances. But as she was talking about it, I was thinking back to like the Feed the People event that we're thinking about kicking off. And like, I was just thinking about service too. So ESG is about being of service, and like I know right now it's hard. Like we're all going through something, but I know that doing things like the Feed the People kind of always help me like put things into perspective. Like I still have a roof over my head, like I still have food, like I have a place to live at, you know, and what better time than now than to go do something for people that are like under way more unfortunate circumstances. Super random, I know, but that's what I started thinking about as Dr. M2 was talking. Yeah, so I'm glad y'all are down to be of service. So let's get back to that. So Jean's gonna look into the Amazon gift basket thing, whatever. And then I'm gonna look into setting up the group me, right? But I need your guys' phone numbers for that. So
I can just type it in the chat if you want.
yes, please. If you want to be a part of that, please, like your name and your phone number with your area code. Okay, so I just added you, Sorrel, because you're already in my contacts. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna grab these phone numbers and then I'll add you guys. Let's see. Okay, it's gonna take me a little while to like input that, so I'll do that once we hop off, and then I'll send a message and like, please confirm that you got put on there. Because sometimes it happens, like something weird happens, and then I don't get the person on there. All right, cool.
I just double checked with GroupMe. I just looked it up online, and people can leave willingly if they want to. So if there are people who are no longer students and they don't want to receive those notifications, they can leave if they want.
Yes, and I opened up that old ESG GroupMe, and people have already done that.
Okay,
like I can tell, like we have the current members on there, and then people that graduated have already removed themselves, so it's perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right, cool. Does anybody want to like create a flyer? And you don't necessarily have to do this from scratch. Like there's already something floating around on social media that asks for like the specific goods and things like that. Is somebody kind of crafty like that and interested in the flyer?
I wouldn't mind if nobody else will.
All right, cool. So, okay, Marlena, I will send you what's already floating around, and I'll talk to you about like the kinds of things that we're asking for and kind of like the main points to put on the flyer. Cool, thank you. All right, bye, Dr. Emma too. All right, cool. So once Marlena does that, I hope that you guys are already following ESG. I'm sure Sorrel will put it up like all over the place. And then if you haven't signed up for anything yet, just be sure at the very least to like start sharing that, posting it and reposting it and all that stuff. And then let Sorrel know, let Tiffany know about that so that they can like assign you your points. So we're just gonna leave that like out there like that. And we'll make sure like on the group meet to like let people know when that stuff is up so that you can like hop on those opportunities. Cool.
Project be enough points, or should I do something like also separately to make sure I get the 3 points? Or
well, if you do something like the flyer and like the bulletin, for instance, and then like if you participated in something else, right? Like you're already going to a conference or a virtual conference or something like that. I'm sure that Tiffany would consider that like 3 points, you know? But yeah, she's definitely the points person. Once you get going with that, contact her and she'll keep you updated on all that jazz.
great, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's like the foundation for what we need to get started and going, right? So we need to get a flyer out there to start promoting it as soon as possible. And then we need to figure out how to like collect things on Amazon, right? And then once we have that, then people can like start donating and whatnot. And again, like once you do that, like keep a screenshot of it and then send it to Tiffany so that she's keeping track of your points. So just like record everything pretty much. Yeah, do you guys think I'm missing anything or like anything that you want to add before we start to transition to hopping off?
Where do we get Tiffany's information?
Yeah, so you can always email just the general ESG email. But I will be honest and say that it works really well if you just email her directly too. So I'm gonna put her email address in the chat because last semester I believe that's what she preferred. It was just easier to contact her like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there's that. You can always do the general one, but honestly, that's probably the best way. And then also, like, if you need to contact me, I'm going to put my personal Gmail on there too, if you need to get a hold of me, but we'll do the group me, right? And then here's my number too. I know sometimes stuff happens like last minute and you just need to get a hold of somebody quicker. Feel free to send me a text. Okay, so this happens like on Christmas Eve. So I think that right now, like the people that have their tasks, like we'll start working on whatever we sign up for. And then maybe we should come together like first week in December, like latest second week in December to say like, okay, we got all this going and now we're just going to be like collecting things and like the second phase. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I like first week just to get the momentum going, but
Okay.
it's up to you whenever everyone's free, of course.
Okay. So, okay, cool. So after this, you guys will get an email from me about that'll have things like the link to our YouTube channel. It's going to have like the CashNet, like if you came in late and need to pay your dues with information about that. And then later, you'll probably get an email from ESG like for the doodle poll. We always send out doodle poll before our meetings to try and like make it as widely available to people. We really try and like pick a time that works for most people. So probably get 2 emails from us like in the next like that second one probably next week or so for that first week in December. Cool. All right, people. Anything else? Any questions? Any ideas? Or do you guys have any ideas for other things like brainstorming projects or anything like that that you want like ESG to be working on or anything like
So if
that?
we came up with something for December, like a flyer or bulletin, then we would just send that
Mhm.
to your DM on Instagram.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
send it.
Right. Do you have a
I would
preference,
send it on the
Sorrel?
DM, but at the same time, put it on your story for 24 hours.
Okay.
Just to tag us, because what's gonna happen on Instagram? You know how we have stories happening, meetings we have. So right next to it, we're gonna create another one, which is gonna be pretty much bulletin work from you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah. And now I'm thinking too, like, because people can just like generate whatever they want, but maybe you guys, if you don't mind, like running it by Sorrel first,
Yeah.
right? So that she can like give you feedback too. That would be really cool instead of just like throwing things out there like just for the sake of it. Um, like she's really amazing with like design and content and stuff like that. So actually, before you post anything, can you like please send it to her or like have somebody on the board like look at it? Right? That sounds rational.
Yeah.
You guys feel free. Message me on DM on the ESG site and I'll look at it.
Yeah, we're pretty available for you guys for that kind of stuff. Thanks for asking that. All right. This is a productive meeting. Thank you so much for showing up to this and for like being open-minded to the things that we can work on together. This is just what we'll work on like for the semester, right? For the remainder of this time period. And then we'll take our break. And then once we're done with this, right, we'll come back and we'll do like all kinds of different stuff in the next semester. And then again, we're always open to suggestions or like room for improvement and things like that too. So stay in contact, let us know if anything comes up. And then by the next meeting, we'll just be like asking the people that signed up for their tasks for like this stuff, like show and tell, update us and whatnot. So sound good? Thumbs up. All right, cool. All right, so I'll hang out for another minute or so, but you're welcome to hop off and have like a cool spooky Friday the 13th.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
So I actually missed the orientation because I had a class during that time, so I couldn't make it. Is there somewhere where I can just like pop in to see like where the orientation is? Because I feel like I'm very misinformed right now of like what to expect.
Yeah, for sure. I'll show you right now. Okay, you can see my screen here.
Yes.
All right, check it out. So if you just Google like ESG CSUN on Google, our website will come up right there. And then
I dropped it in the chat.
What's up?
I dropped it in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so let's see. Oh, snaps. So the video is actually right there on the first page, where you'll see like the PowerPoint and all of the details.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, like literally everything. And so I go over that PowerPoint there, and I believe that PowerPoint is also, I think it was uploaded on here too, right, Sorrel?
Yeah, I think so.
My internet's just slow. Yeah, I remember seeing it on here. But it's probably just easier and like more entertaining to just watch the video too.
Probably. Just have it playing in the background.
Yeah, yeah. So if you miss any of the meetings and stuff, like we're always going to post stuff there and on our YouTube channel. And you'll get all the information that you need from the meetings. something that I go over there that I went over in that orientation is that like, so we do ask for a certain level of like commitment for people showing up to meetings. And if they can't, just watch the videos and email us to our ESG email, like a summary of those things to keep your like credit for your attendance. And then like if I had to give a very short pitch, right, is that we are a public health honorary society. And so we come together to be of like service and research and teaching and promoting like health education. And we do that through like various activities. And you heard the ones that we were talking about today, right? Like the bulletin board, like transitioning that to social media, and then doing this like Feed the People event that we'll all work together as a team. And so we're asking people to like be involved enough to gain 4 points, and you'll see in the PowerPoint, it's like those fall under these categories of research and teaching and service. We're very flexible though, so you can accumulate them by like you already working on things like attending conferences and whatnot. In that first video, we didn't have a way of collecting funds at that time, but did you hear me talk today about that? Okay, cool. So you're here for that. Okay, cool. So yeah, if you'd like to become that member, it's the 20 for the member dues, the 30 if you want that, and the mask. And then you'll start working towards like those 4 points, and then that will make you this active national member. And then you heard Dr. Emma too talk about like the scholarships and publishing and things like that that open to you at that point. Yeah, so that's like a summary of like the main stuff. But please feel free to watch that, and if you have any questions or anything that you need clarification of, send me a group message, text, smoke signals, pigeons, like whatever, and I'll do my best to answer your questions.
All right, thank you for a little catch up.
Yeah, of course. That's what we're here for. So, anything else?
No, I think I'm good. All right, sounds like a good opportunity. I'm excited to be part of this.
All right, cool. Good to have you, Kimberly.
All right.
And stay in touch, and then hopefully we'll see you at the December meeting.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, have a good weekend, everyone.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So we can probably stop recording.
Okay, got it. Sorry about all the silence. It sounded like a good meeting.
Oh, don't worry about it.